Okay, so looks like we are live. So welcome, Janine Kathleen. Um, Welcome, everybody. This is an interview with my wonderful friend and amazing individual, Janine Kathleen. She is a mindset alchemist. And Janine, can you share with everybody who you are?
Thank you, Jackie. And I tell you, I am so grateful the day we met and how our friendship has developed and how we are able to learn from each other. For me, that is just so exciting. And that is all part of mindset alchemy, learning to look at our mindset, learning to look at our feelings, and transmuting that lead and the dregs of the past into the wonderful, amazing gold of the present so that we can up level and transform into success. And thank you so much for having me today. I'm so excited to share with the awesome people in your group.
I'm very excited to have you because when we get together, it's like sparkles and
Yes,
magic, right? So
and
much
lots of
insight.
fun.
So share, who do you work with and what do you do?
Okay, well, initially I started working off with ladies my age and above. I'm not going to give my age away, let's say 45 plus, ladies who are becoming empty nesters and would like to step more into what they do and how they do. And what has subsequently evolved is I'm now working with more, I don't wish to say younger ladies, but they are. They're more 30 to the 45 bracket because they are in a transition phase of the young adult to the uh, less young adult. And that and that transition phase, Jackie, seems to be giving them a lot of headaches and a lot of
Mm,
challenges because the world has changed so much. And it's, well, what do I believe? Where am I going? And people are starting younger and younger to prepare for the empty nester syndrome, even before they've had children. And a lot of what I'm seeing is women are having their first babies. They're either having them very young in their early 20s, or they're waiting until they're 35, 36, 37, which as a midwife, I was taught that's a no-go. And yet with the way technology has moved forward, so they now not only are adapting to moving towards, I hesitate to use the phrase middle age. However, they
Wisdom,
wisdom.
wisdom.
They're walking towards more and more wisdom, and there's just so much pressure. Plus, they're
Yeah.
throwing young children into the mix. When before, previously, we would be having teenagers at that age. They're now having toddlers. And
Mm,
there's a lot of interesting points of view coming forward. The
yes.
bottom line, though, is my focus is women who are looking to up level to their next area of success, their next feeling of success, whether it be in relationships or business or their lives. It doesn't matter. If the woman is feeling stuck,
Mm,
unfulfilled, frustrated, they know there's more there. They know it's just there and they can't touch it.
yeah.
That's my ideal client. The person who, I don't hesitate. They feel like they're bashing their head against a brick wall, and all they have to do is reach out and open the door and walk through it.
But they can't see it, right?
They can't see it, not at all.
Because, yeah, I think we've all been there. I know I've been there of doing different things. And I'm like, oh, this is what I want. I'm doing what they told me to do, and it's not working.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, totally.
Yeah.
You know what's so fascinating? This is a bit off the point. I was, I've been part of a self-development system. My daughter is 25, so for 23 years. And that we were told about 20 years ago that in the 2020s, the 21st century, what are we, 21st century, whatever this current time period is, people will not only have different jobs, they will move through different professions, 3 to 5 different professions in their lifetime. And I laughed because how could you perceive that? People did the 40 by 40 program and that worked for them. And as we both know, it stopped working. And I have been seeing this, Jackie, where I know myself, I started off in wellness and progressed into business, and now it's a combination. And now I've gone into healing and coaching, and it's expansive. And
Yeah.
that's what people are having to do. And that's where the battle's coming in, because
Yeah.
yes, change is a given. Yes, success is just here. And it's to bring the two together so that people are in ease and joy and not,
Yeah. Well, change is hard, right? Change can be super hard. And the energy is different coming in, going forward. It feels that way,
yeah,
right?
very
Like
much.
the way we've been used to living our lives is feels like it's no longer. It's
Yeah.
completely changed.
Absolutely. I so agree with you on that. When I think, when even 20 years ago, we didn't have these cell phones. You had the
Mhm.
newspaper. And in fact, in South Africa, you didn't even have TVs 30 years ago. 30, yeah, no,
Mm.
we had them 30 years ago. It's about 40 years ago, we didn't even have TV. Now you have TV on your cell phone. And it's quite an interesting point of view, how people are having to move with the changes, and the people who are not able to, or they don't know where to change.
Mm.
That's basically where the emphasis of what I work with is, because we have to learn to use that success spiral that is there for us to work, to go within, see who we are, check in with our values. I mean, I don't know, when you were growing up, I definitely wasn't asked what my core values are. I mean, I had to hit 50 to go be asked that question. And then I went, if I'd only known this, it would have changed my life so much. And yet I see my daughter's generation, the early 20s, they're doing, what is my core value? How does this align with me? And their parents aren't always coping with this, never mind them.
Yes, our children have, at least in schools, they've been used to talk about goals and plan for the future on some level, right? Which
That's what,
it's beautiful to see the kids who are in their mid 20s and in their 30s, and they're thinking about this now, and they don't want to do it like we did, right?
no,
We kind of
definitely not.
suffered. We kind of like did what, like sheep in a row, right? Doing what the next person did.
Uh,
And these kids are different. They're here to show us something new and to teach us
yes.
something new.
Yes, they're here. I feel they're here to bring light. So
Mm.
we can bring wisdom and they bring the light, and together we
Beautiful.
can shine and light up the world and make that difference and create space for more people to not
Mm.
necessarily. I know a lot of people are against materialism, but let me tell you, a lot of people don't eat. Well, you know this. A lot of people don't get to eat every day. They
Yeah,
don't have a home over their, a roof over their heads.
yeah,
And there are so many ways that we can expand and work with this, just simply by helping people change their mindset, change the way they think, the way they feel. And in
yeah.
fact, not change the way they feel, understand what they are feeling. Wow.
Yes. Awareness, right? Because we don't know what we're feeling. We don't know where it came from, where our beliefs came from. And if I want to change that, right? So you had mentioned before, it's important to let go of all the limiting stuff, right? Why is it important to release all the baggage that we carry?
Well, number one, it's much lighter and easier to walk. Number two, it gets rid of what the government say we have to call pain, and that's extreme discomfort. People, did you know that unless you're a medical doctor, you're not allowed to, or like Jackie, she's qualified in it, you're not allowed to use the word pain. You have to use extreme discomfort, which I find extremely hilarious. And Jackie, for me, it is more very much about understanding who we are, and seeing where did we take on a belief to fit in, take on a belief to release that extreme discomfort, instead of understanding that where there's tension, that is growth asking to come forward. Where there's chaos, that's where again change is asking to be made, where growth is asking to come out of the chaos. Because out of chaos comes creation, because you don't wish to have the chaos. You don't like the tension. So a lot of people will just step back and do nothing. So they wind up with more tension and more chaos. And this leads to stuck energy in their body, which leads to stuck energy in their thinking, which leads to stuck energy in their lives.
Yeah.
And for me, what is so vitally important, I wish more people could understand, is not all of our feelings and our thinkings are our own. Not all of our pains are our own. Not all of our discomforts and our disquiet are our own, especially in this last 12 months where the world has definitely done a backflip of note. And maybe even a forward flip. It depends on how you perceive it and how you prepare to create through it.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. And so once we release and heal all that baggage that we've carried, what's possible?
Infinite possibilities. And that is what is so amazing about working with our feelings and working with our
Mm,
mindset, is let's ask the question, what's possible? Where can I go to next? And let it go. And step by step, it will
yeah.
unfold. Get curious, get excited, get involved in what's
Mm,
possible, and allow extra things to come in. Feel worthy. I came to the realization, whenever my husband and I went to a nice place, I would pick a fight. And it took a lot of inner work to understand I didn't feel worthy of going to that beautiful venue. I didn't feel worthy of his love and attention,
mm,
because that's what came down through the ancestral lineage. That what was coming from concurrent lifetimes.
yeah.
And it's what I was taking on from the area we were living in, from the people there who didn't feel worthy themselves. And it was in going within myself and saying, okay, where did this come from? What is this cycle? How is the cycle
Mm,
repeating itself? And it's quite interesting, because even last week I started feeling tension. I went, all right, where's the cycle repeating? Let's have a look. Is it a mommy issue? Is it a daddy issue? Is it a family issue? Is it my issue? And it was a combination of all of the above. So I released all energies and emotions, not mine. And I dealt with where my beliefs were that I wasn't worthy of success, which actually came about through various school things, various things as a child that had happened that I hadn't. You don't realize when you're a child that you're taking on these beliefs. Your parents don't even know that they're giving you those beliefs through situations. Now, teachers, that we'll have another discussion about. I think anybody who teaches is a saint, and they also have to have a pretty
absolutely.
special nature to do
Yeah.
that. And do they get it right all the time? No, because we're human. Do they get it wrong all the time? No, because we're human. Um, and it's to sit and look at what are we doing. And with your help, I know you've helped me tremendously, and through helping clients I've had realizations, we come to understand that what's going on here, and then just let the question go, so
Mm,
that we can welcome in the infinite possibilities. May I share a quick story?
yeah.
I had, coming out of my bedroom, I had a beautiful framed in a pink framed picture of a sand dune with spiky grass. And now Jackie knows the story. And for years, I wished to live at the sea. I never had the understanding that that picture was not of a tropical coast. It was of a Mediterranean weather coast. So my husband and I had set the intention we are going to live at the coast, and people, we wound up here during all the shenanigans that have been going on. And guess what? It's a Mediterranean coast. So it does not have
Oh
the
my
tropics.
gosh.
It's not as warm as where it is. So people, just be very aware. Awareness is key. Where are you putting your attention? What is the intention coming forward from the awareness, and what actions are happening as we are doing, as we are paying attention and setting intention? Because remember, intention is where our focus goes. Intention means what are we focused on? because when we're giving attention to something, we are creating it to be real. We are bringing it into our awareness. As we both know, we have like 34 billion thoughts in a day, and 2,000 are the ones we pay attention to. And then you pay attention to one. So if you pay attention to the, oh, I'm never going to be able to do this attention, guess what? The intention is you're never going to be able to do it. And all your actions are around never being able to do it. And somebody's resisting that hectically. Whoever's resisting it, 3, 2, 1, change. 3, 2, 1, change. 3, 2, 1, change. And now my nose feels better. I'm doing it for me, not the person necessarily the person who's having the resistance.
And I want people to know that Janine is very empathic and psychic, so she can read our energies without us realizing that's what we're feeling. So when she
Even to
says
the
somebody's
future.
feeling resistance, that's what she means.
Thank you, Jackie. Yes, this was my problem for so many years. I just took it for granted everybody could do what I'm doing. So people, go and look at what you take for granted and see if it's really what other people can do. Because very often that is a root cause of dis-ease in the body. We are paying attention to something, like I'm saying, we're giving attention to that thought of I can't do it, instead of looking at it and saying, well, how about I try do it? How do I get to do it? Because when you put attention on how do I get to do it, you are setting the intention to bring the awareness in, to take the action, bring the people in, bring everybody in. And when we understand that just because we are doing things automatically doesn't mean others are, we also get to understand that potentially we are blocking those possibilities. In fact, not even potentially, 99.9% of the time, we are blocking those eventualities and possibilities.
And so much of that time without our awareness, right? It's something in
Yes.
our subconscious that's holding us back. It's that little bit of fear, that little twinge. Because I do a lot of goals. I have a lot of times I'll work with people and say, okay, what would you like to create? And there's always a part of us that won't happen, that can't happen, because it never has. But and I have to take that word but out. And if everything is energy and people say that we're all connected, then
Mm-hmm.
can't we have anything?
Yes.
Yesterday, I was out with my husband and we were going to go hit golf balls. We pull up, there were already a bunch of golf balls in a bucket. Nobody
Wow.
was around them. We
Wow.
arrived and my husband's like, are those just there for anybody? So we confirmed with somebody else. And the guy was like, yep, the guy left them for anybody. They're yours. Like,
How
thank
does
you.
it
That's
get
a nice
any
little
better
gift
than this?
surprise.
Yeah.
Any
And
better
that's,
than that? Yeah. So share.
yeah. What Jackie was explaining to you there is how the universe is gifting you money. And Jackie's also sharing how when you raise your vibration to the energy of abundance and prosperity and being worthy, things like that happen. The universe says, have a present. And how we can help and assist that is we say, how does it get any better than this? If you are having a seriously down day, start saying, I am so grateful for the sun, for the stars, for the moon, for the fact that I have clothing, for the fact that I can breathe. I don't care what it is, get grateful for it. And then start asking, how does it get any better than this? Not can it get any better than this? How can it get any better than this? Where can it get any better than this? When can it get any better than this? And just let it go. And Jackie, this is a funny little story. I had made a list and I'd left deodorant off it. Now, I use a very specific deodorant because the others cause a reaction on my skin. And then I have to go, okay, where am I inflamed? What is the inflammation coming from? Where am I excreting toxins? And you've got to do all the energy clearing, and then the body clears up. So I just buy the right deodorant, then I don't have to do all that stuff. And I'd forgotten, and my husband picked up the basket, and neither of us saw that there was a deodorant in it. Somebody had put it in the basket, put the basket in the rack, and left. The deodorant hadn't gone home with them. So I'm really sorry for them. However, um, and we got to the till, and I said, well, thank you for remembering my deodorant. He said, I didn't put that in there.
Oh
And I
my
went,
gosh,
and we both realized we'd never even gone down that
that
road,
aisle.
that aisle. That is how can it get any better than this? It's
Yeah,
so
it's
powerful.
wonderful. So you have an amazing summit coming up. Can you share about what that is and who it's for?
Oh, yes, I'm so excited. People, you've got to register. Jackie's got the link there. Don't hesitate. Sign up today. And you know what the best thing, Jackie, is I did not know when I was putting this summit that helps people transform their lives by going within to understand and create without, to deal with change, to go to the next level of success. I didn't know that the energy of this month was about transformation at a conscious level. However, like you said, we all connected. We all connected to source. We connected to our soul. And that's why, because I was going to do it April, and I was shown very clearly, you do it in May, the beginning of May. But my daughter's coming, do it the beginning of May. Okay, I've learned to trust, and I've learned to listen. Okay, so we put in the beginning of May, and when I started channeling the energy for May, it's about transformation. Last month and this month is about creation and foundations, and digging in deeply and seeing where we prepared to move and shift our energy. So the Success Spiral Summit comes from my program. I have a 4-pillar program called the Success Spiral program. And so we decided to do the Success Spiral Summit. And people, you've got to come and listen to Jackie explaining how you create success by looking very closely at your ancestral karma and how it keeps you stuck, and what's preventing you from stepping forward into your success. Because what I'm experiencing, and I know you also have experienced this, so many people know that success is waiting for them. They know that it's there. They, just like you say, they don't quite see the door. And what so many people don't realize is when we spiral down inside of ourselves, we are using what nature has created for us. And I don't know if you guys can see it. My daughter found me this beautiful shell on the beach. It's actually all the mother of pearl is all shiny. I can't.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah.
Can you see there?
Yeah.
And all of life works on a spiral. Our DNA works on a spiral. In fact, it's like a double-stranded helix.
Mm.
And the biologist can correct me on that. And it's when we work with the spiral of going inside of ourselves and seeing, all right, I've hit the point of creation. Now I can clear it and come out and go to more success. Oh, I want this success. Let me go inside and see where I'm choosing to grow, where I'm choosing to leverage the power of change, where am I using the power of people like Jackie and myself who are slightly forward in that area. We may not be in that area, and there'll be other speakers on that. I've got the most incredible speakers, including Jackie, who are going to be discussing things like self-care for success, understanding your entire being, you being your intelligent being, people discussing be, do, and have, ask, allow, and receive, because people, we can block with our minds and our hearts, and it's knocking on your door. Success is saying, let me in, let me in. And you're saying, that's a funny noise. Where's it coming from? And meanwhile, you're blocking it. You're going, and success can't come in. And when you are able to open your fingers and say, oh, look who's there, and you work your way out of that growth cycle into the success. And guess what? As you get there, success is knocking on the door saying, hello, guess what? There's another gap for you. I've even taken the lid off for you. All you've got to do is step inside and walk the walk, change the talk. And that is the vital thing. And it's just very powerful. And there's also how to use fearless visibility for your success. Because what the interesting thing is, it's not even that people fear being visible, they fear being seen when they're visible. Now,
Yeah.
is that a contradiction? See me, I'm here, I'm here. Meanwhile, you have drawn the curtain across the window and you're
Well, like,
shouting at people to see you.
again, it comes back to awareness because we don't know we're doing it, right? And
We
we put
don't.
so many things in front of us so that we don't have to really confront that.
Exactly. And that is what is so powerful is each of these ladies shares. There's a lady also sharing on the Akashic records and how through understanding what is there, what we've done, because people, we have a history on every single cell in our body. And it's to look at that history and say, okay, we'll jettison this, we'll keep this, we'll expand that. Oh, goodness, we'll clean that little bunch off. And it's to step into that beautiful spiral of success that instead of taking that can it takes you down so that you can go up, takes you within so that you can transform without. And the 8 speakers, including Jackie, they just offer such potent information, amazing tools. And we have a marketing strategist who shares how trauma, you can work through trauma to go beyond, how it does not have to be an excuse. It can be the reason. It doesn't have to be the weight. It can actually be the wings that allow you to fly. And it's in learning each person's story that we can understand their pain. And through that pain, how each of us has transformed it into a purpose, tapping into our power so that we can step forward. And it is in the collective vibrational energy of these 8 ladies that people, you will be held in the hands of wisdom, the hands of an energy that helps you to put on those wings and to fly, to soar, to see what is up, what the challenge is. Observe it, see how you can use it, work with it, how you can acknowledge it and thank it for being there, seeing as we created it and we owned it. And then we either get to release it and replace it, or we get to relish in it when it's joy, when it's peace, when it's harmony, and understand that shadows are not all bad. Shadows are there to be incorporated with us. Shadows are there to shade us from the sun so we don't get sunburned, so we can regroup and step forward into our power and take that shadow, shine the light of our beauty on it, allow these ladies to shine light on that shadow. And we open the door and the curtains to the sunshine so that anger becomes hope, which then becomes joy. It's our journey, it's our choice what we turn it into, how hopelessness can become knowledge, can become resilience, and from resilience can change people's lives as you take the trauma and turn it into absolute troubleshooting adventure to help others to be able to turn their lives around and step forward. And as each person brings that awareness, it helps us understand what we've been giving attention to, what the intention is we've caused and focused on through that, and take aligned action and receive the action from others so that we can step forward into our power and our purpose. Things that we've taken for granted for all our life that are there to help us heal and help others heal, because we're all absolutely connected.
Love it. Love it. So thank you, Janine, for being here. And I want you to leave information. How can people get a hold of you?
I'm all over on social media, Janine Kathleen, as you see on the thing there. And my website is janinekathleen.com. And Jackie's link will take you to the summit. And through that, you can connect with me. And Jackie, I've offered as a gift for the people who sign up in the beginning 10 free, completely free, half-hour mindset alchemy sessions. So be one
Oh,
of the 10, don't lose out, because you'll have an amazing time. Even if we just laugh the way through to healing, or we
mm,
cry our way through to healing, so long as we reach that wholeness and completeness, that is what is important.
nice, nice. So you're going to leave your information below and everybody sign up for the summit. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I know some of the people and I'm excited to learn more about the other people who will be on it. So
Wonderful.
thank you. When does it start? Does it start Wednesday?
Thursday, the 6th of May. It will be Wednesday evening for America, and it will be Thursday morning for South Africa, and Thursday afternoon for Australia. So,
Beautiful. You got everybody covered.
absolutely.
All right, everybody, have a great day and connect with Janine. Take care.
Thank you, Jackie. Bye
Bye.
bye.